Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hey, everybody on TikTok. Thank you for being here. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Samuel J. Hey, Jenny. Hey, everybody. Hey, Carol. Hey, everybody on YouTube. Welcome. APZ, welcome, welcome, welcome. I got to get you. APZ, we're going to have to get you and me and you get on a live straight directly through YouTube. Hey, right. So that we can get your wrench to you. Because I have not forgot. I just don't know how to do it through StreamYard. Hey, everybody, welcome. Come on in. We're going to give YouTube a minute to let people know that we are live. Hey, everybody. Hey, Reese. How do you do that? Oh, okay. Hi, Harlem. Hey, girl. Okay, we'll get it done. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So it is Freestyle Friday. We are here. Do I? Okay. Let me know if it's fixed. Hey, David. Hey, Shaggy. Hey, everybody. If you would, go ahead and share this live out. It's Freestyle Friday. We got a lot of topics to talk about and to get into. We're just giving everybody a minute to get on. YouTube kind of takes its time letting people know that we're live. So give us just a minute. Let me see if it's still an echo. Hey, Cookie.
You can hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's
oh. Okay. All right, we're just gonna give everybody some time over here. Harlem, while you're here, while we're waiting, how do I who's that? How do I can I reply to the chat or no?
You can reply to the chat or you can just acknowledge comments and give them a response.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll figure that out. Yeah. All right. Okay.
And you should see an option for moderator.
Okay.
You can click on name and it should give you an option to make one.
Okay. Bam. I just did it.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Yeah, you can. Maybe other people will come up there too as we go along with the topics that we're going to talk about. So it's good for you. Yeah, for you to be there. So do you show that you're a mod now? Good evening. Okay. Good evening, Jermaine. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Evelyn, for stopping by. Mocho, thank you. We got a lot of topics to talk about. We're going to get started here in just a minute. For some reason, YouTube takes its time, but TikTok is all over it. We got a lot of people coming in and out of there. Who is this person? Oops. So if they add, do I just add them?
You don't have to because you on TikTok. They have the game that they put up live. A lot of times people join live saying that people are battling.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I would just use your discretion and you know, if it's somebody that's in the chat and say, oh, I want to join the conversation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work. So, hey, YouTube. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. As you come in, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and also think about becoming a member over here on this channel. We got a lot of topics to get into. We got Kim Kardashian. We got Kevin McCall and Chris Brown battling with each other. We got a little bit more information on the Kada Scott case, and we're also going to talk about Tawanda and Tamar's battle at the table. So we have a lot to talk about. Was you able to share? Oh, that was the other day with hey Xavier, hey everybody with Alberta. She may pop on.
Yeah, I did. Just reposted it on my live on my page.
Okay. No, so okay, this is her. No, back out. Go to YouTube. See me live. Hey Bridget, welcome. Can you still hear me, see me, Harlem? Nope, she can't. Y'all give me just a second. We're trying to work it all out. Okay, now let me see if I can do it real quick. TikTok. Did I lose you, Harlem? I think I lost you. Hey, Bridget, girl. Hey, PZ. Bridget, I hope everything is going well with you and your family. Know that I'm thinking about you guys. I don't have any updates. I don't know if you do or not, or even if that's something we talk about here. Oh, so do I hit this? I think I got your back. Okay. All right. So you guys, all right. So we got a lot to talk about. So I want to really just get started. Again, thank y'all for being here. Hit the like, subscribe as you come in here. Join our channel over on TikTok. We are live on TikTok as well as YouTube. So the first thing I want to get into just really quick is just a few updates on the Kada Scott investigation that is actively going on. Just some updates that we got late last night. So as you guys know, we had Fugitive TV on the show last night, and there was some breaking news that he got last night. He didn't want to give any names out because he wasn't sure. There was some investigation done and some digging done into that. And so if you guys remember Gabby, who was the friend that came on live, and we was thinking Gabby has got to have something to do with this, right? Well, what we're finding is the two ladies that, so the investigators did a search on, got a search warrant and did a raid on the home because of the fact that, hey Hiawatha, because of the fact that the phone pinged to this house several times, and so they did the search warrant, and there were two young ladies there, right? And so the two young ladies, so we're thinking, man, Gabby has got to have something to do with this, right? Because she got on IG, trying to, give her spiel, give her story about what happened. But whenever the little research was done on who the ladies were at the home, it was very different than what we thought. So there's two ladies that were arrested. Well, they were detained, went down to the precinct for interrogation and found out their names. So the two women one is named Madeline and one is named Lopez. And this Madeline and this Lopez were a couple. So they were together. They are the ones that were in the house. And you talk about the text now phone that Keon had. It was in Madeline's name. And so also if you guys recall, Keon King was also stopped by law enforcement, and we knew that there was somebody else in the car with him. Well, it turns out that allegedly, this is what we're hearing, but that Lopez is the other person that was in the car with him. So they're both women. They was like, I need my lawyer to talk. And so the detectives left out of the room. Then it was like, never mind, screaming, come back in, I'll talk to you. So detectives come back into the room, and she was like, I want to tell you everything. So read them their Miranda rights or whatever. And she was just like, I don't know who Kada is. I don't know the young lady. I gave the phone to, so make a note of this. Madeline is in one room being interrogated, and Lopez, that's her name, is in another room being interrogated. And she was like, after I got this phone call, then I gave the phone to Lopez. They're telling the other investigator to ask Lopez, did she get the phone? It's like, no, she never handed me a phone. She just seemed upset when she was on the phone call. So they're crossing their stories. They're getting it all mixed up. And as we said, somebody's going to tell, and it's going to be Madeline or Lopez. And I'm not so sure that there is not, I'm not so sure that there is not other people involved, because I don't know that Madeline and Lopez can help him dig the shallow grave, bring the body over to where it was. But they said they had left the body in the car, walked over behind the school, had time to dig it. They're seeing all this, right, on video, and then finally come back to the car, get the body and take it over there. So what the new updated news is that there's no one by the name of Gabby, but there is a Madeline and there is a Lopez. Madeline and Lopez are a couple. They went down to the precinct, was interrogated at the same time in different rooms, and they're getting different stories. So as you guys, if you guys know anything about how these investigations work, Monday over the weekend, we're going to have some more information. Somebody's going to tell. They're already starting to do that. So I just wanted to do that really quick update on what we found out. So Fugitive TV had posted, it was late night. I was up late and it just happened to pop up. So I was listening to him. YouTube took his video down because he got the actual court documents. And that's how he got the names and everything. Well, they took it down. He tried to put it back up. They took it down. So what he did is he went live in his car today and he gave us the information. So shout out to Fugitive TV over there. If you have not already, go to YouTube and follow Fugitive TV. That's it. That's all on Kada right now, unless you guys have other information to share on that. You guys, the second thing I wanted to talk about, my BFF, my best friend for life, Bridget is on here. And last night in Wichita, Kansas, we learned that Bridget's little cousin was unalived at a football game. And that's a lot. It's a lot. They don't have, she's saying that they don't have any updates other than he was working the concession stand at the kids' football game when he was unalived. So please pray for Bridget and her entire family. They have a huge family. So pray for the young man's dad, who is not in the best of health, but, you know, he lost his son last night. His son was innocently working the concession stand and was unalived, and it's Bridget's young cousin. This is out of Wichita, Kansas. So we're going to be digging into that as well to see what the details are on that. So Bridget, no, you know I love you, and we're sending up prayers for you and your family. All right. Bridget Rodder, news media is reporting coach has passed away. What is this, right? News media is reporting coach has passed away. So the coach passed away in Wichita too? Is that what you're saying? Right, you be all over it. You be knowing too, like Harlem. You be knowing like Harlem. Hey, TikTok, welcome, you guys. Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Come on in and join us live. We appreciate you being here. So let's continue to move on until right. I'm not sure. That's what I'm seeing. Oh, okay. Wow. Does it tell you how many people? You welcome. You know I love you, BFF. So, right. Does that mean that he, like, does it tell you how many people were pow-powed, how many people were unalived? Who was the coach, Bridget? Your cousin was the coach, and he was just at a kids' football game, and he got unalived, right? Is he the only one that was unalived? And we'll see what she has to say after that. So anyway, you guys, moving on. We'll wait to see what Bridget says after that. But let me see. So that's on the Kada. That's the update for Kada. Let's move on to the next story. And that is Tamar and Tawanda on the Braxtons, y'all. It is going down on the Braxtons. Okay, so she's confirmed. What she's confirming is that her cousin, her little cousin, who was the coach, was at a kids football game, younger kid football game, and he was just the coach just happened to be working the concession stand who was unalived, and that was her cousin. So now we got it. And so yes, he has passed away. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Almost like, how do we go on and talk about other stuff when we hear that bad news? But here we are. So anyway, and here's the crazy thing about this, right? There were 300 people at this football game, and he was the only one that was unalived out of the 300, which, I mean, thank God it wasn't more people, but I hate that it was him as well, that he did not deserve that. So that's a hard thing. So, hey, Montana. Hey, we are just getting into things, Montana. So again, BFF Bridget, you guys, Bridget in the chat, send some prayers up for her and her family. It's a tough time right now. Tough time. Moving on to the Braxtons. So the saga continues with the Braxtons. I'm not sure how many of y'all are keeping up with these Braxton girls, but they are just like, they are treating each other like people out in the streets, like they don't even have blood, the same blood running through their veins right now. So we are finding out a couple of things here with the Braxtons. So we are, let me get to my notes. So on the Braxtons, they are just laying it out here, right? They're talking about past boyfriends, past accusations. Montana said he lost track of time. It's all good. So pretty much, here's the deal. So what was going on with Tamar's son? She was like, I'm not talking about none of this. We already talked about the cease and desist. So y'all don't want to talk about this, but what I am talking about is my son. And Tawanda was like, well, I don't know where you live. She said, of course not, because you've never been there. And she was like, but I know where you live because I paid the down payment on your house. So that's what Tamar told Tawanda. So Tawanda, you could have bought her for a penny when she said that. You should have seen her face. She was silent. She said nothing. And so they go on to bicker. And she was like, y'all all knew about the cease and desist. And then Tawanda was like, and she said, and not only did I put the down payment on your house, Tawanda, but you also have been stealing money from me on my credit card. Tawanda never denied that she had been stealing money off of Tamar's credit card. But y'all want to play Tamar the villain. Y'all want to make her be out the villain. Tamar said, for 7 or 8 years on the Braxton Family Values, I played the villain. Like it was all me, but no more. She said no more. So Tamar's been letting them have it. And so she said, so only comeback that Tawanda had was that, well, you steal things too, like ex-boyfriends or people's men. And Tamar was like, I don't steal. No, she said, you steal too. And Tamar was like, I don't steal nothing. And she's like, yeah, you steal people's men, like you stole Tony's man. So everybody's trying to figure out, because they bleeped it out, who she said, because Tamar was like, tell me who I stole. Tell me which one of Tony's boyfriends that I slept with. And Tawanda said who it was, and it kind of blurred it out. And they're saying that it could be somebody named Brian Reed, or it could be Birdman. But Tamar, she clapped back and she was like, no, you're the one that slept with Tony's man. So it became this whole outbreak. Tamar threw a glass and broke it, threw it at Tawanda. And so let me just tell y'all a little story that I got when I was covering the R. Kelly story. When he was going through his trial, I got this, that, and it may not be R. Kelly. I couldn't see who she said, right? But here's the word on the curb. Allegedly, this is what I got. And I was getting a lot of information when I covered the R. Kelly story. They said that it was rumored that R. Kelly was seeing Toni Braxton. And at one point, he had flown Tony Braxton out. And if you hear R. Kelly's story, a lot of people that was with R. Kelly, like he would put him in the room and then he would go work all night because he stayed in the studio all night long. And then he would sleep all day long. So Tony got in, he put her in a room. And then later on, Tamar flew in and had Tamar on another floor. So had both Tamar and Tony allegedly at the same hotel, both going to see R. Kelly. So that was the first thought. I was like, Tawanda saying she stole her man. So was it that she slept with her man? Was it R. Kelly? Was it this Brian Reed person? Who was it? Was it Birdman? And so it never, because they blocked it out, we couldn't see who it was. Hey, Corporate Luxury. Hey, Montana APZ. Hey, everybody on TikTok. Thank y'all for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button. Send us some hearts over there on TikTok. Thank y'all for being here. And so pretty much it's a back and forth about who slept with whose man, who took Tony's man. One of them girls or both of them girls slept with Tony's ex and they landed all out. So they are like, here's what I'm saying. Whenever Tamar was getting ready to bring out the papers of the deceased and desist. Now they talked about how Tamar said it, cease and desist. She was pulling those paperwork out. Well, the showrunner was coming on. It's like, y'all don't want to do this, right? Like, y'all don't want to put, they was like, yeah, we want to do it. So they kept rolling the cameras and she pulled out the paperwork. So it's a mess with the Braxtons right now. And it's just sad because they are all full-blooded sisters. And they are treating each other like, strangers. That's how I found out You Phases, the first R. Kelly interview, been 10 toes down since. Yes, you have. Yes, you have, Corporate. That is how we reported that, right? That Tony was on one floor. He was seeing Tony, like Tony was his girl at that time. But then Tamar flew in and R. Kelly put her on another floor. So I think they said, and then Tamar left first before Tony left to get out. I don't know which man it is, but they land now. Everybody's dirty laundry right now. So when we talk about Tawanda and Tawanda, Tamar saying that Tawanda was stealing from her. If we look at Tawanda's record, I'm just going to go down it just a little bit, okay, on what they said Tawanda's record is looking like. So in 2019, ex-landlord where Tawanda was renting, Tawanda owed this landlord $76,000. And so in order for her to not have to pay the $76,000, she filed bankruptcy. Well, the landlord, because so like when you file, depends on what chapter you file, that it'll either wipe it all away or then you have to make some payments on a chapter 13. And so what Tawanda was trying to do is wipe all her bills out. So she included that money that she owed that landlord. And the landlord went to court and was like, no, she's pretending that she only has $150 in the bank. She has money and I want my $76,000. So she owed an ex-landlord $76,000. There was a fraud case against her. There was there was a personal loan from Tamar of $35,000 that Tamar loaned her that she never paid back. There was in that apartment, the ex-landlord said there was fire damage. There was like knife holes in the walls. The garage was broken. And so she wants to just get it off of her and go through bankruptcy. And so he was like, no, I want my money. Then there was the 2005, where she was charged for forgery and theft by receiving on some skincare. She had got on the skincare line and she was supposed to pay this man for the items and she never paid him for the items. It was alleged that Tawanda stole her mama's SSI check. These are just alleged. And I think that's about it, but that's a long list of stuff. And so when Tamar said it out on for the world to hear, Tawanda said nothing. Tawanda said nothing. So I think that it's a crazy thing. And Wanda, like, she can't, like, only thing she could come up with is, oh, you slept with Tony's man. So I'm wondering how many men did they share? Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy when you got a bunch of women in the house. I mean, I know they sisters, but it just gets crazy. And they act like they hate each other. They act like they hate each other, and it's sad that it's going down like that. So if y'all haven't been watching the Braxtons and y'all want to join in on the conversation with me, go check it out, and we'll continue until they have their season finale. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for hitting the like already. We appreciate you. Awata, happy Friday. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Let me get the link and put it in the chat. I forgot to do that.
I see the Braxtons out here airing out dirty laundry like a mug.
Woo! And they sisters. I mean, I just can't do my sister like that. But you know, it makes for good TV because this is what the viewers like. They like the mess.
That's what I was about to ask. Is it possible they're doing this for ratings? And with the R. Kelly thing, I kind of feel like they both knew that each other was there and that it was something that they both was going to do. So they just had it look good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they knew they both was supposed to get down with him that night.
Well, I can't really necessarily say that they knew they was there. How I got the story. He said that Tony flew in and had been there, and then later Tamar flew in and was taken right to a room, and that didn't come out until after she saw R. Kelly. And when she came out, they left, got in a car, went back to wherever they was going to, and didn't leave at the same time. I don't know, but it's just crazy for the fact that you were even there. Well, I mean, if they didn't know, I guess if they didn't know each other was there, then how can you say? But no one publicly, neither one of them has ever publicly came out and said that they've seen, that they, talked to R. Kelly, that they was like used to date R. Kelly. But we know we allegedly know from what we know from insiders that was there, that actually saw him, put him in the room. So
wait a minute, he put who in the room? He put Tony or Tamar?
He put them both. So the handler actually picked up. They had Tony picked up. Tony got to the hotel, put her in the room, and then when somebody went and got Tamar, put her in the room. When it was time to go, they did it strategically, allegedly. That's what we heard. And Tony got out first, got her to the airport. Then they got Tamar out, got her out of there. But not before they had their time with R. Kelly.
Yeah, that's
so when Tawanda said that was the first thought that I had. I was like, But Tamar swear, but it just depends on who Tawanda's saying, because she swears she did not do it, but Tawanda did. So I don't know.
Aren't they too old for this?
Well, this was earlier. I'm bringing up past stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this is not something just happened, but they are. But you got to remember, how it's reality TV, and in order for them to get their ratings, they're gonna have to either keep it real and tell it, or make up some stuff to tell it. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like the arguments and fights are real. I feel like those are real. They have real issues amongst that whole entire family. So I believe that the fights, the not liking each other right now is real. Even Tony said, she was like, you know what? I don't like none of my family members right now. She said, a lot of times I don't like none of them. And she said, and I mean every last one of them. And if they weren't my family, would none of them be able to be my friends? None of them.
That's possible. When you get a certain age, you just stop giving two F's, and it's probably all been building for years.
I think
because
stems back from
Tony,
years.
yeah, Tony was the most successful one because I didn't know that there was her backup singers for the longest.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Nobody looks at who comes in second, but
Yeah. And here's how I'm side-eyeing Tony, right? So when they was talking about the cease and desist paperwork that they sent to Tamar, Tamar was like, y'all gave this man my address to serve me these papers. Like, and they was like, y'all don't say I did it. They was like, I love me some Tony too, Montana. I love her. Yeah. But not probably the way you love her, but I love her. But and Tamar was like, did nobody have my back on this one? Y'all gave up my address. And Tony was like, wait a minute. Tony Braxton has never had your back. So Tamar wasn't saying that you've never had her back. She's saying you never had her back with this lawyer man that y'all gave her address to give her a cease and desist and try to shut her business down because she's a promoter and she's a singer and she has a podcast and you're trying to shut her down. Nobody admitted to sending the cease and desist, right? But how did they get her address? And Tamar was saying, your name is on it, Tony. Like, what are you saying here? And Tony was like, Lord, give me strength. Yeah. And Tamar said, yeah, you better get you some muscles. And that pissed Tony off. Get you some muscles. That pissed Tony off. Tony stood up like they was going to fight and everybody got in between them. So it's a mess. And I'm thinking, where's mama? Where's mama?
I was just about to ask you, where's the mama at? Because mama has shut them down a couple of times. And
yeah, she'll get with
she's in the room. Yeah, when she's in the room, they show her respect.
Yeah, they all freeze. They'll be, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I mean, she gets them in and they all like freeze up, like, we done messed up.
That's why I kind of feel like maybe they're doing a lot of this stuff for drama. Because I feel like if it was just like genuine, mama would shut it down. But then again,
but I mean,
mama is getting older.
I can't. On that one, I have to disagree on with you. How I think it's real beef with them. I think it's some real stuff happening with them. But again, like you said, I think it stems back from years of just mess. They're like, well, Tamar is over the top. Tamar has always been over the top. You guys have always talked about how she has been different. Tamar is not like them. She just ain't. She's just being who she was. She's Tamar. They said that out of all the sisters, Tamar is being the realest out of all of them. She's never changed who she is. Like, that's who she is. And they just can't stand her for some reason.
But here's the thing. Tamar has had a lot of positions and jobs, and she's lost a lot of those positions and jobs. So at some point, what Cardi B question, am I the drama?
Right. We're not taking that. Ain't no way we can take away and say that Tamar don't have drama. She consistently has drama. And do she cause some of the drama some of the time? I bet she does, right? I can say that she probably does. But when it comes to this family stuff and you step back and you look at all the pieces, I think they all are at fault. I'm not going to say it's just, but they always want to blame it on Tamar. This season, Tamar like, nah, I'm no longer standing by and going to let y'all let me look like the villain. I did that for 8 years. Now, when you say something, it better be the truth because I'm coming with the truth. I'm going to say what it is. And she's been doing that this season.
Didn't they lose a sister?
Yeah, Tracy passed away. And so the other sister was like, I thought that, but with Tracy's passing, that we would all try to bring our sisterhood together and be, get back close. But it just seemed to have gotten worse.
Exactly.
And I think it's a lot on TV. I think a lot. If you look at reality TV across the board, a lot of families have been broken because of reality TV.
Yeah. So reality TV is division.
Yeah.
Because they create the drama. And I think people don't realize that they're filmed 24/7.
Yeah.
Right. And then the editors go in and create stories from footage. And people be like, oh, that happened the way it happened. No, it didn't.
Yeah.
They'll take a story and, that's completely out of context, create this whole storyline and create this, like make one of them, like say Tamar said, she's been the villain. Well, that's the editor taking stuff out of context and putting it together and selling her as a villain, because that's the same thing they did to Tammy Roman when she was on Basketball Wives. They made her the villain because people could relate to her being more the villain. And then she, her spiritual side, when she was with God, she's like, I can't live my life like this. And that's why she walked off the set, walked off in the middle. When her awakening, her spiritual life hit, she's like, all right, I'm done with this. So yeah, that reality, and it, like I said, is dividing them. Yeah. I kind of almost want to know how much their checks are. Like, is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Yeah. I was and then I was listening to Tamar, one of Tamar's lives, and her assistant was in there with her assistant. And on her live, she was talking about being the villain, and like she tried to quit the Braxton family values, but she couldn't. And I bet you it's because of something contractually that she couldn't just walk away, that she signed. And the assistant was in the background. He was like, what happens is the editor, the way they edit and how they edit can make you look a certain way. Make you look like you did something that you really, if they saw the whole thing, they would see that it wasn't really what it was.
Exactly. Because people don't realize that oftentimes they have to wear the same clothes for days on end. And that's the reason. So they can go in and take something that happened on Tuesday and make it look like it happened on Monday in a whole completely different situation.
Yeah, it's the editing can cause you some friction. Even Carly Red have said that, like, about the editing. Once they seen it, they was like, they edited out the part that was true. That really, if you had all the pieces to the puzzle, you would know that that's not true. What people are saying, right? But it's all about and how they edit the show.
Yeah.
They
pick the one that makes more sense to be the villain. And they go with it because that's ratings. That's how they get their ratings. That's how they sell.
For Tamar, Tamar has to be the villain because people listen, if I'm honest, people love Tamar. She got some Tamartians, right?
They love to hate her.
But there are some that can't stand Tamar. Yeah. So, I mean, and that's just with everybody, right? You can't please everybody, but Tamar got a following. And Tamar went off on her own, and she's being really successful. The other girls the other sisters that were backup singers, I don't really see what they have going on. They say that Tawanda is a producer of something. I'm not sure what that is. They say, we know Trina does have like a restaurant or two. She might have something going on, but like other than Tracy and Tony, I'm not sure who really is bringing in a bag.
Yeah, and you couldn't make Tony the villain. Like, that would just
that was
her established fan base from 20 years ago.
People love Tony Braxton. People would have a problem with you making Tony look like that, I think.
Yeah, almost definitely.
Because she's the sweetest and she's the big sister. And so how they painted the picture, except for when she just turned up on this season, they painted the picture like Tony's the big sister, and we respect, every one of them respect Tony as the big sister. And so they all go to her with their problems. If there's something, then she'll go resolve it. So it's always Tony Braxton is the big sister, and she gonna take care of it. In this, and she not gonna, if it's mess, Tony gonna remove herself from some mess, right?
Yeah.
Just this season, on the Braxtons, she turned up and she pushed that table, stood up like her and Tamar was getting ready to get it, and everybody got in between them, was like, "Don't do it, don't." She's like, "Don't touch me." Like Tony, she turned up this season. So I don't know what's going on with the Braxtons.
They ever talk about that Birdman stuff?
Oh, I think they mentioned, Tamar has mentioned about her marriage. Maybe, I can't say, I don't want to say because I don't know for sure. But I know that she's mentioned it outside of that. So I don't know, but they are, guess, still married.
Out of all the people.
Okay.
But I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Oh, we talked about it the other night. Like, I would have never put Birdman and Tony together. Exactly. I would have never put them together.
Lil Wayne and Birdman, maybe, but not Tony and Birdman.
Did you say Lil Wayne and Birdman?
Hey, there's a history there. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. So anyway, that's the Braxtons. That's what we have on the update for the Braxtons, and we're gonna move on want to move on to Chris Brown and Kevin McCall.
Yes.
Let's talk about this. I got some just in case people don't know who Kevin McCall is. He's a he's a singer-songwriter, and he's fire. Okay. But he did some work with Chris Brown, and he feels like he hasn't been paid for it. Chris owed him like $25,000. Okay. So we're going to bring you some past videos of him and then talk about the present, and we'll go from there. Because Chris, y'all know Chris Brown gonna clap back, and he has. Chris Brown gonna have it. So this one right here, I'll share this one first. Okay. All right, so this one right here is the most recent one where he was talking about, Kevin McCall was talking about how Chris owes him the money, and now he has an EBT card, like he doing bad, right? Got to sleep on his mama's couch, and he shouldn't have to be like that. So let's listen to this one first.
Get in on this.
I witnessed it.
He finna be in here.
Why the fuck I got an EBT card? And this is at Breezy Bowl and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Mac. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
Leading up to who he is.
I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Y'all want to see me cry in here, so y'all can think I'm a bro. Fuck, that ain't fair.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
Hey,
that's why.
Bro. Hey, look, bro.
I'm down, bro.
I'm on EBT, smack. Look. Say my name, bro. That shit is better. I had to go up in that by my face with a mask, like COVID, bro.
Don't act like every nigga had no motherfucking EBT card.
On the set, I think I had an EBT card.
Man, I might get an EBT. I walk in the building and look at me crazy.
Let me tell you.
All right, so if y'all heard what he said, he was like, there's 4 songs that he's owed $25,000 for Chris Brown, from Chris Brown. Chris Brown has, he was like, he on the Breezy Bowl making $90 million, and I can't get $25,000 for 4 songs. So Chris Brown clapped back, and I meant to have it on here. And Chris Brown, he said, you know what? I just woke up and I was thinking, you wrote 4 songs and you ain't write no more. He said, look what I bought with your money, K-Mac. They call him K-Mac. And he started showing him all the cars he got, all the things he got. And then this last one, he was like, I was gonna give you this one with your B at, that's what Chris Brown was saying. So Chris Brown, y'all know Chris gonna talk mess. He said but he said when he told, like, Chris had we're gonna see another video. He said Chris Brown was disrespecting him and talking crazy to him, and he had to let Chris know that you can't talk to me like that, or else when we see each other, it's gonna be on. And so he said he saw Chris Brown, and when he saw Chris, it was like, I love you, man. Like it wasn't no smoke. So this is the most recent one, or one of the recent ones, that he's saying now he got to sleep on his mama's couch. He got an EB, he's living off food stamps or whatever, and all he wants is for Chris to pay him his money. Chris was like, I don't owe you no money. So that's that one. Go ahead.
No, my quote, what he said, you can't walk across a burnt bridge, and you know what's funnier than a troll, a broke one. That is some cold.
He said it. He said it. First of all, you coming out, this Chris, you coming out talking tight, and you broke, right? And you burning bridges. I'm the one that can help you, right? This is kind of how Chris was saying. I was like, this is so sad. So sad. So here's the next one. Let me see if I can. Who is this? BB? Oh. Is this a new one? Our new friend? Hey, BB. Can you hear us? Can you hear me, Hiawatha?
I can hear you.
Okay. BB? Are you there? If you,
hey, Faye, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. How are you?
There's an echo.
Is it echo? I don't hear one. Maybe you go back, go down, and come back up. Go out and come back in.
All right.
I'll wait on you to come back. While we waiting, I want to say hey over there on TikTok. I see some movement over there. I'm trying to understand it, but thank y'all for being over there on TikTok. We appreciate you so much. We're gonna just continue the momentum. We'll get there. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being over here on YouTube as well. Hey TikTok, we're over here on YouTube. It's Black Link Mag Media. If you want to come over, subscribe, like, and join in on the conversation over there as well.
There is something, it's a little long, but I'm going to try to shorten it, that this woman posted. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. So let me say this.
Okay. And what is this? Who is she?
Winnie Banksy. She has a star, like a blue check next to her name or whatever.
Okay.
And she posted on Facebook, and it says, from BET to EBT, Kevin McCall breaks down in tears during an interview because he felt that it was unfair that Chris Brown made $90 million on the Breezy tour. And now he's living, relying on ABT to survive despite writing numerous hit songs for Chris Brown. She said she almost felt bad for him, but then she remembered that he relinquished his parental rights towards the child him and model Eva Marcel share. And if you recall, he was both physically and emotionally abusive towards her while she was pregnant with their daughter. He also shared that a part of the reason he was poor is because child support has been tearing their tail up. And despite selling his catalog for $500,000, by the time taxes and that back pay child support dealt with him, he was right back to the poorhouse. We have no thoughts or prayers at this time since I don't know how to care for a deadbeat, abusive dads. So,
whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, so if that's true that he has his daughter with her and he treated her wrong, then it's karma. You speak with yourself, baby.
And he's talking about K-Mac? She talking about K-Mac?
Yeah.
Because so this is what he said, and we're gonna get to hear this too, right? He said that he was blessed to get his first $100,000. He really didn't know what to do with it, right? And so he was hiding. This is back in the day. He was kind of hiding the money, didn't know what to do. He went and got a 4-bedroom home, a nice home or whatever. And he had his family, and he's like, he didn't do right by his family, right? He lost the house. Ended up back on his mama's couch, had to go move back into his mama's house. But he wasn't understanding that he makes royalty checks, right? So he stayed there until he made another, he said out the blue, a $10,000 royalty check came in. He was able to get out, get an apartment, lost that too, ended up on his granny's couch. Like when Chris Brown talk about burning bridges, it's really true. Like you can't burn bridges and then expect for things to always be right for you. And so when you don't do right by your kids and your family, I don't know nothing about that. But when you don't do right by them, you ain't gonna always, it's not gonna be good for you always, right?
It's not, exactly.
And so, yeah, Bad Bunny, come back up, try it one more time just to see if you can do it. If it don't work, that's fine, but come back, try to come back up if you will, if you want to. So anyway, we're gonna continue on the next video that we have. Or did you have more to say on that, Hawatha?
No, I mean, like I said, if he, just like you said, I agree with you 1000%. If that's what he did to his child and he did that to his family, then I have no sympathy for him at all. And it sounds like he mismanaged his money.
Look at this, $8.8 million.
He sold his rights. So if he sold his rights to his music, then he cannot ask Chris Brown for a damn thing.
He was getting ready to go to prison for 3 years, and he thought that if he sold his rights to his music, that he could use that money to take care and be able to still see his child and pay for his legal fees. It just didn't work out good for him. So we'll get to hear that video as well.
What did he go to jail for?
I don't remember if he said what he went for, but this is an old one here. Let me.
How you blow $8.8 million?
Got a right to try to manipulate the system.
No, that gives her a right to protect herself.
Yeah, but I'm not a threat.
She felt threatened. No. I want you to use your tools. I want you to take a breath. This is not an attack. This is a moment of truth. Your mother was afraid of you because of your inappropriate behavior.
I learned the behavior from her and my dad.
Now we're having a conversation. Now we're gonna have a conversation. Talk to your mother.
I learned when you get mad to go off and curse people out and throw things and do stuff like that if people are doing you wrong.
How'd you learn that?
I saw you do it to Dad. And I remember one time you threw a knife at him. And it went past my face and went in the door. And Gardena. You don't remember throwing the knife at Dad?
I remember throwing the knife at the door. If I wanted to hit your dad, I would have hit him. I purposely threw it at the door. And that was 20 years ago.
And he was a child, and he learned violence and inappropriate behavior from you and his father. How does it make you feel to hear your son say you and his father taught him inappropriate expressions of anger? You don't.
So I just wanted to show a little bit of that. That's having anything to do with Chris Brown, but to see that how he is like with how he was with his family, right?
Yeah. Because I saw that.
Just a minute, Hiawatha. Can you hear Harlem speaking? Can y'all hear over here? Go ahead, Harlem.
So I said he was arrested for domestic violence and an altercation with the sheriff deputy.
So was that
So he went to jail behind that.
So was the domestic violence on his girl?
Eva.
Who's Eva?
Eva Marcel, the model. The one that's remarried to Michael Sterling.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he lost his husband.
Oh. So he's sitting here with Ayanla, whatever how you say it, and he's saying that he learned all this behavior from his mom and dad. That his mom and dad was they had domestic violence going on. She throwing knives across the room and all of that. So basically, maybe we need to listen just a little bit more.
You don't have to justify or rationalize it. 20 years ago, he was 9. Do you understand how frightened and terrified he was?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get that? And now, and he couldn't take out an order of protection against you. Mm-hmm. But now you as a grown woman, when he displays what you taught him, you go get an order of protection. Tell him how it makes you feel when you hear him say, you taught me that.
It makes me feel that you are focusing on me before my growth.
Yeah, amen.
Yes, I was angry, but I know I get angry. I did something about it. I got a relationship with the Lord. I read books. I learned what triggers my anger, and I learned coping skills to help me to diffuse. So I don't go off like that. I've grown, but I do regret.
So anyway, I don't want to continue to, we see like Montana, you are so burnt out. He said she looked like a knife thrower.
I was like, he wrote for that.
He's so funny. I swear he's funny. But I think this tells the story of his mentality now, because growing up is what he saw his mom and daddy do. And I'm telling you, that's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? If that's all you know, you are what you're taught. And so that's all he knew growing up. But anyway, so that's probably why he had that domestic with his baby mama, lost his baby. He didn't know how to manage because he wasn't being taught that. And then this one right here is about blowing the money right here. Let's hear what he has to say about blowing money. He had a lot of money, Hiawatha, that he just
$8 million. Like, how do you blow $8 million?
Let me get it over here. Yeah, Montana's burnt up, Bridget. He'll give you a laugh when you need it. And that's a good thing. All
Is he
right.
buying cars and clothes?
Yeah, he just kind of was just not handling his business. All right.
Okay. So growing up, I always was an entertainer and everything, but I was always a student athlete. So after college football, I came out here. I didn't have no workers experience. It was hard for me to get a job. So, I had to fake and fill out some, paperwork for it sometimes and stuff. So I was working at Abercrombie & Fitch, and I also worked at my uncle's tax company. And you would have thought, I would have learned something about taxes working there all the years, but it was seasonal. I didn't learn much. And the whole time I was working at Abercrombie, I was trying to get fired on purpose because I just needed the money for gas. So I didn't really have any formal training on like the music business, how to get into it, how to get in the right rooms with people. So I kind of just jumped right into it. It was the era of MySpace. So whenever I would look up credits in the album, I'd look up who the writer was or whatever. Found a couple writers, moved back out here from college, said, look, screw the NFL. I met these guys in the studio. One guy ended up writing for Rihanna and Chris Brown, and his name was Andre Merritt. I found Andre Merritt online. He introduced me to Chris Brown. He had wrote for Rihanna and people like that, so I was like, man, teach me how to get in this music game. Teach me how to, really figure out how to, put this talent that I like to do naturally and get paid for it. Also, I met Chris Brown through my frat brother who was a crumb dancer named Big Mio. At the time, it took like 2 years to really actually get music done because I was just a guy hanging in the background, just kind of trying to make the vibe come together. I just remember finally actually doing a song with Chris Brown after hanging around him for like a whole year and not doing a song. Finally got some work done, so I was like, this is it. It's actually gonna work for me. Told the people at my job, they didn't believe me. So I stopped showing up to work. Once I finally made an actual song with a legit artist, I was like, this is it. I don't gotta work at this tax company. I don't gotta work at Abercrombie. I was tired of sleeping on my mom's couch. I remember just going in and letting my uncle know, and he was like, it's cool. He supported everything. I let him know at Abercrombie, I'm finna go pursue my career, this and that. And they was like, you'll be back, Kev. Like, we don't believe, they just didn't believe me. They really thought it was a joke. Like, as soon as it came on 106 in Park, you know where I went. I had to go right back to the mall and say, how y'all doing? Yeah, it's me. Chris Brown called me and like, look, this song is going real good. We about to do the video. I only got a check for $10,000 at that time. So you know what I did with that? I spent that up in no day. Tried to get a whip, some dumb shit. But when I finally got a check for Deuces that was over 6 figures, I opened that mug up. It was like, I got the mail like I always used to. I used to write songs in my grandmother's driveway. I'm sitting in my auntie's Jaguar because I didn't have my own car at the time. And so since I used to be pulling up with the celebrities, the best I could do was my supposed rich auntie at the time. She was a nurse. I was in her car. So got the check, opened it with my cousin, and I ain't never seen nothing over $10,000 in my life. So when I saw 100 and something thousand, I'm like, I looked at my cousin, I just closed it because I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm in the hood, I need to start hiding this shit. Immediately, I got scared. I ain't even get happy. I'm like, where I'm gonna put this shit? Where am I? $100,000, what do I do? Like, and I didn't tell nobody. I kept it a secret because honestly, I had never seen that much money, didn't know what to do with it, didn't know where to start. The most I had ever paid for rent at the time was like $300 when I was at Washington State. So I couldn't even fathom really before that. It took me almost losing my family to realize, okay, something's not right. I had a 4-bedroom house in Woodland Hills, and my child's mom at the time had to pay the rent. I'm thinking I'm broke, not knowing I got checks coming from here, here, on this tax ID number, all these things that I'm more familiar with now. And if I knew them then, I probably could have saved my family, but I knew I blew the bag when I had to move back into my parents' house for like a week. Just that whole time period was the most embarrassing time, a very difficult time. And it was a time where I really had like a mental breakdown, like under all the pressure. And it was really funny to me when people talk about supporting people in mental health issues and things of that nature. And it's like, even though I exhibited those behaviors, people never really reached out to try to help. I was on Shade Room and all of my business was out in this Front Street. It made it even harder on my mental and just, I almost crumbled to the pressure. And then, I don't know what it was, but one of them royalty checks came in again, praise the Lord. Another little $10,000 or something just to get me back started. I got me an apartment, then I lost that apartment. I was back on my grandmother's couch again. And that's when I thought it was really over. I had to really sit back and say, okay, well, where's the money coming from? Like, how do I get paid? What is this this quarterly thing? Like, how do I manage that to where I could survive? How do I get health care? I have a toothache and I need to go get work done. How do I get this stuff done? So I just started learning how to take care of yourself. when you come from being a football player or a jock, as they say, you get addicted to attention. You get a high off of that fan and that crowd, you know, cheering for you and stuff. So then once you leave that, you start chasing that high. Once you get it in music, once you get your first hit, why do you think they call it a first hit? It's like that first hit. You get addicted. What's going on with me now is I'm really focused on my family and my children. I got a new album coming out dedicated to my daughters. So I'm just trying to do me. It's your boy Kevin McCall.
All right, what are we thinking? Come on up, Montana. The link is out there on there if you want to come up. What are we thinking? Because like when I heard him, I was like kind of feeling sorry for him in that like a lot of people say that they, you know, I talk to a lot of people in the industry and they talk about how they come into this industry not knowing the business part of it, right? They just know how to perform. They just know how to write music really well, but they know nothing about the business. That's why you have a lot of people that are very talented that come into the industry and they are one and done, one hit and done because they don't know about the business. So I was really feeling bad for him because he didn't know how to handle money. He knew nothing about the industry and no one kind of, and like Wright said, like it felt like for me, once he got the money, he thought I'm in, but instead of doing the right thing with his money, it just disappeared. So he has no more money and he waiting on the next royalty to check to come out instead of investing or saving or something and trying to really dig in and figure out, hey, something ain't clicking. Let me figure out this business. He wasn't doing that. He was waiting on that next check to go buy a whole this, go buy this and that. And then all of a sudden the money's gone. $10,000 is not any money. And so, and then he burned bridges and like, Harden was saying that he threatened Chris Brown and his daughter to put them in a casket. Like what?
What? I didn't know he did that.
All that money he had, he only thing he got his apartment. He should have burned that apartment.
Right. Like all the money that came through your hands, you don't even have the apartment. He don't even have that. Wow. So what are we doing? What are we doing with the money? Like, it's one thing to really want to learn the business. I don't know, but I need to learn. And I'm like, right, I'm going to go back to what Wright said. Like, you didn't take the time to figure this out. Like the first time I lost all that, I would have been like, okay, what did I do wrong? Because if I ever get a chance again, I'm gonna need to know what went wrong so I don't do that thing again. And he just kept.
You know where it went.
He kept fumbling the ball.
Money, clothes, and hoes.
Money, clothes, and y'all, and you said the HOES and his nose.
Oh.
So that's all what they do with them girls.
Because that's what Biggie said, right?
Yeah.
Money, clothes, all a brother knows. Well, it also, like, when you take somebody out the hood and you give them a lot of money, of course they're gonna mess up. Because I think it's this NFL player. I want to say it was Marshawn Lynch, but it might not. It was either him or the other one that talks, whichever one does beast mode. I remember watching this video, and he said that he was growing up, or whichever one was growing up in Compton. He said that his neighborhood was so bad that his mama wouldn't let him play in the front yard. Like they had to always play in the backyard, which is interesting because I was playing in the backyard. And he said that when he got his first NFL check, he blew through it. He says you can't give somebody $20 million who 2 weeks ago, mama was, dividing up a sandwich between him and his sister to eat and expect them to do well.
But here's my thing, Hiawatha. He had it more than once. He had it more than twice, right? You keep losing it all.
Hey, Miss Hiawatha, if you give right now with that same $100,000, if you give somebody out the hood, a man out the hood, that same $100,000, what you think he gonna do with it? I want you to give me your best answer.
A man out the hood today?
If you get
probably today, I think they would do a little bit more with it because there's so many resources and social media. And then again, there's some people you give them $5,000, they're gonna take it and go buy a bag, a purse. I remember when Katrina hit some years ago, and they was giving those refugees, I'm not refugees. They was giving those people from Louisiana that came here to Texas. They started giving them checks of 5,000, 20,000. They started giving a bunch of money, and they was all at the Galleria with the money.
All right, Miss Walter, let's keep it all the way 100. We about to keep it all the way 100. You know how I am. I don't sugarcoat nothing. We're going to keep it all the way 100. Today, if you give the average hood man out the hood $100,000 right now, the first thing he gonna do is he gonna be at a Dodge dealership in the morning, go get him a Hellcat. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Remember when they asked what is his name, Eddie in barbershop? He said, "What reparations gonna do for black people? Ain't gonna do it but make Cadillac the #1 dealership in the world."
Yeah, it's
right.
It's a fact. But here's what I keep saying, and I know what you're saying, right? Like, you may not know the business, but every decade, there is some dude that blows his money. Didn't you learn from anyone? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, he kept getting a bag. He kept getting a check and big amounts of money. Like, but I guess maybe you're right. Money.
He probably didn't think he thought he was always gonna have it. That's what it was. Like I said, the first hit, he thought he was always gonna have it.
But you
can't
can't
realize that it runs out.
Here's the thing about the industry: just because you got that check, you got to keep working. You can't walk away and start, because it's a hard game. So if you walk away, people will forget you. They don't care. They moving on to the next. It felt like to me that he would get the money and he go on and spend it. He going on about his business. He ain't working. He waiting on something to come to him. And it does, Bad Bunny. It depends on the individual. Like, he's not the individual that was going to manage the money right.
No,
he wasn't going to manage it right. You can buy the Hellcat, but but can you maintain it? That's the problem. That's it.
And are they even buying them? Sometimes they just lease them, which is just throwing away your money. Well, some people say leasing is not.
No, just like I said, tomorrow afternoon they'll be doing burnouts, and then a month later is in somebody's junkyard because they done wrecked it, totaled it out.
Yep.
Trying to show out.
They'll be at the Louis Vuitton store. At what's it? I can't even say the word. Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
By a strip club and fronting.
Yeah. So let me move on to his last one that we have on Chris Brown.
And how many songs did he write for Chris Brown?
4? No.
That's it?
Wait a minute. I think it's 4. I think it was 4, 2, something like that. I can't remember. It wasn't a lot.
So he's saying Chris Brown didn't pay him at all.
So tell me about this Keke Palmer incident.
I never told nobody that story, man. And I'm going to just tell it because I think it can help a lot of people, Chris, he had this image of me. He wanted me to this grown, sexy, had his thug appeal. And we kind of just didn't see eye to eye. I didn't see the vision he had at the same time. It could have just been a small conversation. But for whatever reason, he didn't see eye to eye with whatever he was trying to do with my career at the time. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was just sitting on my hands waiting for him to do something. He was touring with Tiger and doing that, but he wouldn't take me with him and perform on my songs. And I'm sitting there, so okay, I got to do my own thing. He had a conversation with me because I was upset. He was like, I could lead you to the door, but I can't make people fuck with you. You got to do it. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So Keke Palmer hit me up. She was a fan of mine. She wanted to work. Harmony Samuels from my church, he wrote with Chris Brown and did some stuff for him off his Fame album. He asked me to help him out on that, and I did it, and I did the video. And Chris was upset about it, felt like it was a bad look. So he decided to call me on the phone and tell me how much of a bad look, but he didn't tell me in a professional way. So I had to, check him and let him know, don't ever talk to me like that again. Or we'll have a conversation when you see me in person. And he didn't like how that was, you know what I'm saying? But when I did see him in person, it was all cool. So I left it at that, you know what I'm saying? Then I know how he get down. And I know he's an impulsive person, You know what I'm saying? I love him. That's my little bro. You know what I'm saying? He can always come talk to me for anything. I've tried to talk to him several times, and I'm sure I will, especially after this. But, you know, even if I don't, it's all love. He was mad about the Keke Palmer thing, and he was like, "You're going to ruin your fucking career, and I'm going to make sure the label never fucks with you."
He said that over the phone.
Yeah.
You think
All right. So there you have it. He's saying that Chris Brown literally, hey, C. Taylor.
What was the song that he
Thank
did
you.
with Keke Palmer?
He never said.
I'm sorry.
I guess we could Google it though, but he never said which song it was. Let me see. He just talked about how she started looking different.
that caused the real rift between you guys?
Yeah, because not really, because I knew he was just talking on the phone. I'm not Drake. I'm not Frank Ocean. Like, you're gonna run into me again. So if it's a physical type of thing, we can do that. Like, but I knew it wasn't that. And I seen him again, and he was, "Oh, I love you." I said, "Yeah, I love you too." You know, just don't talk crazy to people. It's just not cool. I shouldn't talk crazy to somebody that's my intern. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody deserves respect. There's no such thing as a fucking celebrity.
He need to be quiet. Chris Brown would have knocked him out.
So that was my thing. I was like, I don't know that hey, C. Taylor, thank you for being here. Welcome back. Glad to see you back here tonight.
Chris Brown would have definitely knocked him out.
Thank y'all for being here. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Think about becoming a member. Become a member. We're starting to gain momentum. And so we're going to be having guests, and we're going to be having our member-only rooms. So think about that as well. And so, like, back to Chris Brown.
Hey, how you doing, Katisha?
I think so. I don't know. I think that Chris is, y'all know Chris can turn up. So, but he said Chris was just like, hey, it's all
But
love.
have we ever seen Chris Brown fight? Am I missing something? Because I've not ever seen it.
I've never seen Chris fight, but I heard he can tear up some stuff.
I mean, that situation where we
Yeah, they say he could fight. Chris Brown with a listen, bro. He look like he a scratcher. Just look at the excitement that be on his face when he just mentioned Chris Brown name.
I mean, we know he fight women, but you know, I'm just saying that out there. But nah, he, you know, they got past that, so I'm not holding no grudges on that. But I don't know, like I don't like people like that. When he said, "I'll make sure don't nobody else fucks with you," like I'm sorry. Forgive me, I'm still trying to learn not to cuss, but I'm not a fan of that. Telling somebody that, you know, you're gonna block them because you mad at them for some reason. You know, I don't like stuff like that.
Ooh, you see what Rice said?
CB doesn't hit men, he hits women.
Talking about Chris Brown.
See, y'all let that one incident, that little one incident. Come on now, that little one incident.
I just need to see him beat up a dude.
Everybody say he could fight.
Okay, a lot of people say a lot of stuff that don't mean it's true. What are receipts? I want to see the receipts. I mean, he looked like him. Don't get me wrong. He looked like he could fight. And to me, Chris Brown is just one of the most gorgeous men out there. It's been plenty of times.
So beautiful. He's beautiful.
Baby, it's been videos I've seen. I'm like, Lord, I wish I was 20 years younger. If I was.
Yeah, he's really handsome young man. But he got a temper and he will go off. But I mean, I don't know.
You know.
Anyway, so the battle is on between K-Mac and Chris Brown. Chris Brown's like, hey, you're a non-factor. You are a non-factor. I'm not messing with you, man. So I don't know if he'll ever get the $25,000, but I don't know, and I don't know that he will be able to. But I was gonna say I don't know if he would ever be able to come back into this industry and do what he do. But the man is talented. You can't take that from him. K-Mac is very talented. He can sing. He can write. So,
But you could tell he ain't got no emotion. This is probably the first time his name being relevant for a long time. Look how excited he is on these interviews.
oh, it's been a long time, yeah.
So he excited that he getting some kind of attention right now.
But he got to learn how to monetize it. If he's not, like you said, if he ain't monetizing it, then was 15. It's not even 15 minutes of fame anymore. It's like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
After that interview, nobody don't know who you is no more. Bye bye. Go on back with your life. Nobody.
I'm just trying to figure out how CB still owe him $25,000. If he's got millions of dollars in checks, how is that 25 not a part of that? So
yeah,
I thought he was asking Chris Brown for 25.
Oh,
then
no,
what you gonna do with that 25?
And again,
you already know what he gonna do. Buy an apartment.
That's right, and then get kicked out.
Right? He gonna lose his food stamps. He gets $25,000.
Yep, and then he'll get kicked out, and then he'll go reapply for food stamps, and then that just seemed to be the cycle. That just really seemed to have been the cycle for him. Unfortunately, I don't want to see nobody not do good, but you gotta at some point you have to learn. What am I not? Something ain't right. Something ain't clicking. We gotta fix it and make it better. Yeah.
We know what he better not do with that 25,000. He better not bet that money with Kansas City.
Why you say that?
Ain't that your team? Ain't that your team?
Why not Kansas City?
I'm just saying.
Excuse
what
me?
he better not do.
Kansas. I don't think he should bet on Kansas City.
After what happened with all those players and those coaches, I don't think nobody should be betting right about now.
Which is a good segue into the next. Yeah. So the next topic, the FBI Director Kash Patel unveils major bust of illegal gambling. Illegal gambling, and has arrested some former coaches, NBA players, about 30 people, mafia families have been arrested in illegal gambling. And so what are y'all thinking about this? They said this was kind of a big bust. They said that there was the illegal poker rated where they raided Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott used to live in these homes, right? In the house where that they was doing all this illegal gambling. And he said, so at one point, the NBA player, his name is Terry Rozier, is that right? How he got busted is he allegedly told the people at the gambling house that, because they bet on their stats, right? He told them that he'll go ahead and he'll leave the game early so that he don't make the stats that other people might bet on. So it had to be a connection there. He said he's gonna fight it though, because that's not true what happened. But anyway, he's accused of telling members of a betting ring he would leave the game early. He would leave the game early, allowing them to waver on his props, on his bets, with knowledge that he would not rack up the stats. So basically an insider job so that he would win money as well, I believe, right? They said other arrests was Billups. He was 49. He was a Hall of Famer before he became the coach. And then ex-Cleveland Cavaliers assistant coach Damon somebody was arrested. What else do we have? So basically they have so basically they are arrested, and he said that the Kash Patel said the investigation is ongoing, as though there's more people that will be arrested for this. What do you guys think? Montana, what do you think about this? We talking sports here.
You said what now? My bad. What you said? You said what now?
Did you hear any of it?
Good. No, just with the question.
Oh, I was saying, what do you think about this gambling ring, this illegal gambling ring, and they're arresting these NBA players and ex-coaches? what is happening? Like, what are your thoughts around this?
I mean, hey, I mean the NFL and NBA has rules on that or whatever. That's a part of your contract or whatever that you can't gamble. But hey, they ain't nothing for you to get your mom or get your brother or sister to bet on certain things because at the end of the day, especially a game that you coach or play in that you can control, that you have control over.
New
To
York
be
Mafia
honest,
and black
huh?
people. I was reading what he said. He was saying New York Mafia is not black people.
I mean, I'm not mad at him. I mean, I feel like I think he's Jalen Brown. He's like the president of the union or something. He was saying that the players makes none of that money. Like they don't get a percentage, anything of it. And it's probably because what Montana said, you can't gamble and whatnot. He says, but they have to deal with the backlash. He
But at
says
the
because
same
there's
time,
times if there's players that would get attacked because their stats affected somebody's money on a gambling app.
mhm.
Gambling app. And I was like, I didn't know. That's like, God, boy, these players have to go through a lot.
And then another thing is you have a lot of players, just about every player in the league gambles. It's just certain ones get caught. Just like if you a professional player that give your mama $30,000 and say, hey, bet on this right here with me. That's what I'm gonna do. Bet on this what I'm gonna put up, and I guarantee I'm gonna put it up so we can win the money. Because those payouts way bigger than the contracts they playing for.
Hey.
But at the same time, let me tell y'all something now. Let me tell y'all something. Uh, in college coaches can bet on sports now.
Do what now?
College coaches can bet on sports. College coaches and staff and players.
How is that legal? How is that right? And then
Exactly.
these
That's
people
definitely a conflict.
and these
Um,
people are getting arrested for it.
Google it. Google it real quick. Yeah, they just passed that law like 2 weeks ago. That rule 2 weeks ago.
Exactly, Harlem.
They just
No
passed that rule
Epstein
2 weeks.
file.
College staff members, coaching staff, and all can sports bet.
All men of color, but still know Epstein files, and the government still shut down, and parents about to not be able to feed their kids. But the NBA is now the mafia. It's a shame.
Listen, the NFL, when you a professional player, and it's trickling down to college now. When you're in the NFL is the biggest conspiracy of all time.
Oh yeah. What Tony Montana say?
So I just pulled it up. It says under the NBA rules, coaches are prohibited from betting on the NBA and any of its proprieties, which included the WNBA, G League, and the NBA. And they can, however, legally bet on other sports if they are in a location where sports betting is legal.
But I'm talking about college coaches and players.
Oh, you said college coaches. Okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
because
Hold on. I
college
said
is
NBA.
college is being bets too. Be on those sites.
It says while state and federal laws determine the legality of sporting betting in general, the NCAA has its own strict rules that prohibit college coaches from betting on collegiate sports. However, a recent rule change in October 25 has altered the policy of betting on professional sports. College coaches and
Told you.
athletes, so they are able to do it. In October 2025, the NCAA approved a new rule allowing college athletes and athlete department staff, including coaches, to bet on professional sports. This change goes into effect on November 1, 2025.
The rich get richer and the poor don't get an effing thing.
That's it. There you have it. It's in black and white. And it will take effect on November 1, which is in about a week.
And if that's not a conflict of interest, I don't know what is.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you gonna go, but you taking these people to jail. I guess it wasn't legal betting though. They had to. You can do it. You have to do it legally.
If I'm a college quarterback, I could bet on myself and say I'm gonna throw 3 passing touchdowns and go in there and do it. And I could, and then you got these players getting NIL deals. Certain players like a quarterback 9 out of 10, he getting $1 million NIL deal with probably Chick-fil-A or something. So I could take $40,000 or $50,000 and bet that I'm gonna throw 3 passing touchdowns and win a couple of million.
So like I'm torn because the majority of the players in college are black. I want to see them win. I want to see everybody win, but I really want to, because oftentimes they may be there on scholarships, but that's all they have. And if that scholarships is not covering their food and their living, they got to get girlfriends. They being homosexuals because they got to, they got to girl and feed them. So it's like if they're able to make some money, become a millionaire out of college, because you're right, and everybody don't get drafted, right?
Right.
So if you're in college and you make all this money and you don't get drafted, you don't feel so bad about not getting drafted, especially if you make it like you say, they can make millions on this Montana.
Yeah. Like if you put in, you got certain bets that you could put. You could put $40 on there, and $40 and it'll win you $15,000 to $16,000. So imagine if you putting $30,000 or $40,000 on bets.
Well, Marva, I think you should put together some.
I think we should.
And then the thing about it was with the Jaylen Brown guy that used to play for the Boston Celtics. They got y'all name. The guy, the Jaylen Brown that y'all named.
Yeah. Isn't he like the president of the union or something? That's what I read.
Listen, let me tell you something about him. It was this guy. This was 3 years ago. I was a part of this sports betting group on what do you call it? What's that gram called? What's it called? Telegram? On the Telegram app. And it's you pay $100 a month for your membership. And they put in all the bets that they want y'all to take. That's guaranteed lots or guaranteed wins or whatever.
Where is it at?
You got to join the group. You got groups that does that. You pay $100 memberships, and they be winning millions and millions of dollars a week. And they give you their bets. They give you what teams to pick, so you can play them and win too.
Was you winning?
What now?
Yeah, you gonna hit.
Did you hit?
But it depends. I hit. But it depends on the money that you put in on it. Like you got everybody in that group paying $100 a month, but they ain't putting no $1,500 or $1,600 on a ticket. You got the average person that spend $100 a month, maybe play $100 ticket and winning like a little couple of $100, extra $100.
I got 2 godsons in college,
and they used and the thing about it is the guy that's over the group, he had over thousands of people that's paying $100 a month in the thing. So he at least making at least $20,000 to $30,000 a month just off of memberships.
Y'all money, the people that put the money in there, and he keeping his money, he making the bet.
Yeah.
Stick it in his pocket.
Yeah, and one of his resources was Jaylen Brown, because he used to put in the chat, "Hey, I talked to Jaylen Brown today, and this so and so gonna happen. So put y'all money on this right here." He used to put everybody on point. They tell you.
Wow.
What?
Yeah,
that's crazy. That is crazy.
I was telling somebody the other day. I said for some reason sports is getting a lot more interesting lately. I don't know why, but now I know why.
You know why? You know why? Since the pandemic, before the pandemic, everybody was putting their money in the stock markets. Now professional sports betting is like the new stock market.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
and let me tell you this right here. The professional sports and college sports are starting to get like it too. It's a big conspiracy. Like, say for instance, you know what a prop bet is like. Well, a prop bet is like when you betting on somebody's stats, right? So say for instance, you bet on Patrick Mahomes, right? that you bet that he gonna put something so that he gonna put up somebody. He gonna throw 2 passing touchdowns, rush for 30 yards or whatever. Right? You put that on Mahomes. Say for instance, the first play of the game was let's say that he played the first quarter and then he gets hurt in the middle of the second quarter, right? No, let's say he get hurt in the middle of the first quarter, right?
Mm.
And they put him out the game and they ruling him out, right? So you done paid your money for your ticket, and so did millions of other people in the world betting on Mahomes to put up so too. So now, since that he's out or whatever for the game in the first quarter, Vegas got to send everybody their money back. So you know what they do? Even though Mahomes hurt, they're gonna put him in to run a play so the first quarter can end, so they can keep y'all money. Say, well, he did play.
Wow.
Everything's janky.
And that's how janky it is. Even though he only played about 2 plays in the first quarter, they go and he got hurt, and they'll sit him out on the sideline. And by the end of the first quarter, they're gonna put him back in just to say he played, just to run one more play, so they don't have to give y'all money back for what y'all betted on him. That's how Vegas do it. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Well, Marv, I think we all should have a sidebar. So you come on, Montana. What's your phone number? Like, can we all get on the FaceTime or something?
But they got groups where y'all can pay memberships with it, and then like the group I was with, the dude he win at least 97% of his winnings.
Wow,
he got 97% winning rate.
That's nice.
So everything he pick, I go like maybe one ticket, maybe out of all the tickets he play a week, NBA, baseball, everything, he maybe lose one ticket probably per month.
Wow. That's
serious.
crazy.
I'm down because I just retired and I ain't trying to be no greedy at Walmart.
Right? Golly. Well, y'all, this was good conversation. I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep looking into that. But I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate everybody over on TikTok being here tonight. Happy Friday. It's the weekend, y'all. Enjoy yourself. It's raining all weekend here where I'm at, but it's all good. It's all good. We are on wake up call tomorrow at Sunday. So we'll be doing that. But we'll be right back here tomorrow for another live. We hope to see all of y'all there, and I hope y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for being here.
All right, y'all.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Thank
See,
y'all.
you learn something new every day, right?
Bye.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, I seriously, I want your phone number, Montana. I'm gonna figure this out. Bye.
When you figure it out, let me know what's going on.
Right.
Bye, y'all. Good night.